Peace, family. We all live. We all live. We all live. The brothers from the Aboriginal community, man, they want to smoke the same topics. They all want to take a crack at it. So today, I'm gonna be having a discussion with a Tonsinist one. The brother wants to talk about these Aboriginals, and we can get it. And I'll just be waiting for that brother to pop up, and we will be ready to go live. I hope you guys learned some things from the last live we did. Last live we did in the morning. Hope you guys learned something. Peace, Sister Kaba. And today we will be doing that. And we will be doing this again. And then we will be talking another day about the African burial ground. Today is not going to be a real long one. We're going to try to curtail those things, and we ain't going to keep them going that long. Tell him, come on, so come to the chat. So I'm just waiting for a brother to come to the chat, and we good to go. So part one of this will be about the Gullah again. The brother's going to come on, and he's going to add on about how the Gullah ain't West African. He's been wanting this for a long time. He also said that he actually has a phone call recording of the Queen of the Gullah. So we will see what goes on. We will see what goes on. We will see what goes on. So let me make another phone call here just to make sure that everything is Gucci man, and then we good to go. How you doing, Kaba? Peace, Jehudi. Peace to everybody in the building. We are here. We are live. We in the flesh. We are here. We waiting for brother Tonsinist one. The Tonsinist one. I was talking to him while I was in the gym. So I was working out. We might do some workout Aboriginal so-called Aboriginal African challenge. They think they work out and shit. The guy think he's stronger than me. We gonna see about that. But that'll be fun. That'll be something good to add on. Peace, Jehudi. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. So today is kind of going to be a refresher. I'm going to go into a couple of things I didn't go into the last time when I was building. And we're just waiting. Yo, what's up? So what I'm going to do real quick, while whoever's here, I'm going to put this in the chat right here so you can jump on for a minute so we can give the interlude in until the brother pops up. But I'm waiting for the Tonsinist one. The Tonsinist one. We are waiting for the one and only Tonsinist one. That's what we waiting for. This is the Aboriginal Smoke series. This will probably be going on for another week. So it seems like the other leaders disappeared. So there's only two of them left. So we got to get a Tonsinist one. And we have to get this. They trying to get it together. So we want them over here so we can have these discussions so it's like a calm discussion so we can get to see where you're really coming from. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. Just very interesting. Some of the stuff is kind of shocking. And you know, it is what it is, man. And we here. Peace, Miami. Peace. Oh, there's my brother. He's here. Let me put this up here. Peace and black power. Peace and black power. You got to unmute yourself, my brother.
Yo, I didn't even know that was a greeting, man.
What? Peace and black power?
Yeah, man. Ain't no black power over here, man.
God, the day. Shit. Just tell the people more about yourself. Ain't no black power. All right. Tell them more.
Tell them more. I mean, which one want me to introduce myself, or what I do, or what?
No, we know what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know. I mean, so I'm just gonna tell the people got some crazy feedback going on back there, bro. You heard me?
You
got
heard
some
me.
feedback in the back.
That was my fault. What?
All right, so I'm telling the people today we're having a discussion on the Gullah. We've been talking about this in chat for a long time, but we never had a chance to talk it out. So now we're here to talk it out. Our brother is with the perspective that the Gullah people are not West African at all, and he's gonna provide some information for us today to show how they are Aboriginal people to this land. Yeah, fam, you gotta whatever you doing back there, you gotta fix that because there's like a crazy echo coming from back there.
There's echo coming. Let me
Yeah,
see.
after chat, when you start what they hear.
That's coming from your phone, but go ahead. I'm gonna check it though.
I'm not on the phone, bro. I'm on the computer,
All right, let me just check in and see what's up, bro.
and we're gonna do this Aboriginal African workout war, Mister. We're gonna see where you at.
Tell me how it sound now.
It still sounds staticky, but I think they can hear you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So today it's not gonna be a long build, y'all. Like y'all was getting them 3-4 hours and all that. We're not doing that. Today we're gonna tackle this conversation on the Gullah. Hopefully this conversation goes good. We out, and then we're gonna do another one, and I'm gonna go to his channel, and we're gonna talk about the African burial ground. So share the love. You know what I mean? And then we have another conversation that will be set up that's dealing with the monopolizing of the slave trade. That's dealing with European companies, and then those are really the major three things that me and this bro were talking about. And then he might come up with another topic, and hopefully we can bridge the gap so we can get an understanding on why people say the stuff they say and why you say we wrong and you tell them why is that. So whenever you're ready to present your information on the Gullah, let me know, and I'll share your screen and you're good to go.
Now I want you before we go, right? I already know. I want you to give me some history on a Gullah.
Well, the claimant really, all right, here's the thing. Thanks to you, and this is because of you, I interviewed the Queen of the Gullah. And the reason I did that is because you told me that you recorded a call and you was gonna put it out years ago, etc. So if you could provide that today, that would be awesome
You
because
know
that's
what?
what I actually did that.
I actually was looking for it, but that was a conversation I had probably about 3 years ago. So my other laptop is broke and the shit don't come up. It's sometimes it come on, sometimes it don't. I was looking for it probably like last week, and it just took so long to come on. I just said fuck it, yo. But I definitely recorded it, but I recorded it on my old computer. This is a different computer right here.
Right.
But I can summarize exactly. Nah, I was looking for it, bro. I remember I told you I had it. How long ago was that we was talking about that? That was probably like 2 years or a little earlier. I mean, a little before that.
Yeah, it was probably a year and a half ago. But I think we pretty clear. I'm rocking with the Queen of the Gullah, and that's what I'm going to show. I'm going to show my interview with her and with who she say those people are. I'm going to show those people talking who they are, and I'm going to show their culture. I'm going to show their language. I'm going to show the comparative historical method that's used to compare languages, and we go from there. This ain't really long, you know what I mean. And then you said that they don't have no they not West African period. So that's why we're here.
No, I ain't. Listen. All right. Okay. That's kind of an observation, right? But as far as when I'm going to show you, because to understand this, right? All right. Matter of fact, you know what? Going on what you going to go in, and I'm just going to go. I'm just going to feed off of that. So just show the Gitchy, show whatever you want to show about, because I want people to understand the history.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna tell you this, right? The first time I started this Aboriginal series was last week. And this is the conversation I had with another brother who was I went on y'all channel. We had a conversation and he wanted to talk about that. I said, yo, I want to talk to Apache one because this is how this all came about. But you was probably at work or you wasn't around. So we had this conversation. The audience already knows you watched it. Everybody was talking about it. They know what it is, what I'm talking about. So I don't know what you got. The people want to see the information that the Gullah are not West African. I already told you what I'm using. I'm gonna show it. So
All right,
whenever
well, okay, but what I want to, because what I want to know is this, right? As far as on her website, her tribe was just recognized in 2018. Now, what I noticed as somebody who, you, if you will, say in the Aborigine so-called circuit or so-called community, right? Most of these people who got a lot of these tribes just revived these tribes within the last 30 years, the most of them. So my whole observation is when I spoke to her, she gave me the narrative that Africans came in there and that so-called Africans was enslaved there, right? But the thing about it is this, right? There was never no tribe called the Gullah. Never, never. So the term of it and the name of it, there was never no tribe of so-called natives and Africans that mixed together called no Gullah. Now you got the Gullah, but the Gullah is a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story because they speak Muskogee. So when we say Gullah, Gullah, okay, they tell you that the Yamasee went in there and to help the Gullah. Now, my thing is this, right? And then when you start talking about the Gullah Wars is the Seminole Wars. Now, if the Gullah got this so-called great culture of African culture, why don't the Seminoles got the same goddamn culture? The Seminoles don't even got, but they'll tell you that the Seminoles and the Gaullas are the same goddamn people, and the Yamasee are all the same people. So I want you to show how long has that history? Is that something they've been practicing for hundreds of years, or is that some shit she just studied and then started identifying the culture and then revamped the culture and then applied that to certain people who wanted to be part of that particular nation or tribe, bro? That's what I made it talk about, because I can easily show you that they tell you that the Yamasee was. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, fam. That's peace and all that. So how we do this over here is like you just said a lot. So everything that you said, all you got to do is put it on the screen, bro.
All right, let me share my screen. Let's get with it. Like I said to the people out there listening, my premise and my observation is to say, because there's no Gullah tribe. Like the Gullah tribe, they saying is the Yamasee, and then they become the Seminoles, but then the Yamasee was enslaved, and then the Gullah supposed to be Africans that was enslaved. It's just all a mess. So I'm just going to show you. I'm just saying it to the people.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Whenever you're ready to show that the Gullah people are not African, that's what we're here for. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Here's your thing.
All right, so boom, let's go ahead. Let's go to the west. Let's go to the Gullah Geechee Nation, right? Now, boom. Gullah Geechee Nation. Now, boom. This is the story what they give you on here. And the other story, I'm gonna go to Queen Quet. So let me open this up a little bit. All right. Now look, it's to the Gullah Geechee Nation exists from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida. It comprises of all the sea islands, 30 to 35 miles inland of the St. Johns River. On these islands, people of numerous, now look, it say people of numerous, right? According to them, I definitely don't believe this. Say people of numerous African at this ethnic groups linked with indigenous Americans and created a unique Gullah language and traditions from which came from the Geechee. Now, the Geechee is the Ogameechee, the people who lived around the Ogameechee River. Okay, so the Geechee ain't got nothing to do with no Africans, right? So the Gullah Geechee people have been considered a nation within a nation from the time, now look, from the time of chattel enslavement in the United States until they officially became an internationally recognized nation on July 2nd, 2000. So now look, if they just became a recognized nation in 2000, how long was this thing in the works? Did they grow up knowing they was Gullah? Because like I said, there is no Gullah tribe in that area. They say it's a Gullah, but then that's up to the interpretation of the one who's writing it. You understand? Because under my interpretation, the Gullah is the Yamasee, and the Yamasee that went into Florida. But I don't even believe they went into Florida. I believe that they had settlements in Florida. Because remember, Georgia and South Carolina and this whole coast that they showing, all of this was Florida. All of this, the whole coast, from right here, from South Carolina all the way down to where Florida at. All of this was Florida and inland. And if you go inland, right? So now look, they said they was federally recognized July 2nd, 2000, right? It said at the time of their declaration as a nation, they confirmed the elective of their first head pun debati, head of state and official spokesperson, Queen Mother, the elective Queen Quet. All right, so let's see, let's deal with Queen Quet. Let's check out. All right, let me see something. All right, right. So this is Queen Quet. All right, so now look, let's read a little bit of this. All right, so Queen Quet. Let me open this up. All right, so it's a Queen Quet, chiefness of the Gullah Geechee Nation. All right, it's an archivist, right? So we already know she's a lecturer, mathematician, historian, preserve. I'm sorry, environmental justice activist, etc. Right. So let's get down to it. I want to show you when they became a nation. All right, so in 2008, she was recorded by UNESCO headquarters in Paris, France, and the United Nations Conference in order to have a human rights story of the Gullah Geechee people archived for the United Nations. In 2009, she was invited in the office of the head commissioner of the United Nations to come to present before the newly founded Minority Forum as a representative of the Gullah Geechee Nation and International Human Rights Association for American Minorities, which is the consultative status with the United Nations. Queen Quet is a member of the IHR double AM and for the International Commission of Human Rights. All right, hold on. I'm trying to find on here where she say they. Let me see something. I think it might be right here. All right, here, go right here. It says, due to Queen Quet advancing the idea to keep the Gullah Geechee culture alive. Okay, so now look, my interpretation of this is that she took this culture of which she say was Africans. Now, my thing is this, right? If all Africans came here as slaves, all Africans should have that same, all African Americans should have that similar same culture as the Geechee Gullah, because there's no way that they will be allowed, they would still have that same unique culture, and they came from Africa, and the rest of us don't, right? So now look, it says, due to Queen Quet advancing her idea to keep the Gullah Geechee culture alive, right? It's saying the Gullah Geechee, the Sea Island, under the leadership of Queen Quet, worked with Congressman James Kleinberg, Now we know he's a piece of shit. All right. So my interpretation of them was she went and revived this culture, which this culture really has remnants of the Yamasee as well as the Muskogee tribe, right? Now,
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what you just said that the the Gullah people have a culture symbolic to the Yamasee and the Muskogee. Can you please point that out?
Okay, all right, let's go ahead. Hold on, all right, give me a second. Let me find what I'm looking for. All right. Now look, check this out, right? I can't find no date when the Gullah started there, when the Gullah people supposed to came here. They tell you that these people came here in the mid 1700s, right? But check this out. This is just, just to connect to what I was saying about the Yamasee, right? So say the history of the Yamasee Indian tribe. It's saying people and nation has now became a forgotten story. So now have became a forgotten story, no longer passed down from tribe to tribe, from once a fair nation, whom not only fought for freedom and oppression of the Gullah people of Africa. Now they're saying of Africa, right? I don't believe that, because I know in the same area of where they preside in Beaufort County, the mayor actually said that they said that these are your masses. But check it out, let me read a little bit more, right?
So in this source, you saying African on this source, but you saying you don't believe it, but you using it.
I'm using, listen, so all right, do I have to agree with everything that's in this passage?
No,
Well,
I mean you brought the source up to show.
I brought the source up to show the connection between the Yamasee and the.
Yeah, you said that the Yamasee and this other tribe has a connection culturally with the Gullah
It's the
people.
Gullah.
So,
Look, it's the Gullah right here.
yeah, so I'm looking for the culture. What is the culture of Yamasee? Do you know? Do we got to define what culture is? What consists of culture?
Well,
So that
we just read that Queen Quet went
uh-huh.
and revived the culture. The only unique culture that I see outside of the way they talk, which that could be derived as Muskegee, right? Also the way they dress. That ain't nothing. The way they dress is nothing new to the South. With a head scarf on and a long dress. That's all throughout the South, right? And just the rice. That's it. Other than that, they got a regular down south culture, and they got a regular culture just like everybody else that's off the coast of South Carolina. You tell me what. And then look, check it out. Even if we go here, look, let's deal with this real quick.
Yeah, before we move on, right? I'm just
See,
gonna
I'm gonna
put
show you the name real quick. Let me show you the name real quick. Since
yeah.
you
No,
are,
no. Okay. Oh, that's gonna show the culture. Cool.
yeah, I'm gonna show you. No, I just want to show you the name. I
Okay.
want to show you the name. All right. So look, check this out. So just to let you know what we reading right here. Let's go to the top right here.
Uh-huh.
Reading from encyclopedia. We reading about the Gullah, right? Let's check this.
Uh-huh.
Now it says origins. It said the etymology of the term Gullah is uncertain, meaning they don't fucking know. Among most widely accepted theories, theories, it is that it is shortened from Angola, a region of coastal Central Africa with different boundaries from the contemporary nation state and former Portuguese colony. Colony of the same name. All right, it's saying many of the South Carolina slaves were imported from an older Angola. Now look, now he just said that he don't even know where the term came from. So you want me to believe that even they saying that these people from South Carolina came from Africa, period. They don't even know what the name is. There is no name Gullah. You can't find a Gullah nowhere. Look, check this out. Even when you go here, let's go to the Gullah Wars.
So before you go on, I just want to make sure that so we clear on this. So I'm gonna show this just so we could define culture, because this is what I'm looking for.
I'm not trying to
So
define. Okay, go. All right. Okay. Yeah, culture.
I mean, what you said, you were going to show the Yamasee culture and the Muscogee culture that is similar to the Gullah culture. The Gullah culture is alive. It's here. It is.
Well, I'm not prepared for that. I'm not. Well, I actually.
I mean, okay, so
with the culture, if you want to do the culture, we could do a part 3 to that.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm just putting it because this is why I'm asking you that, because you made that claim. So the customary beliefs, social forms, material traits of a racial or religious group, features of everyday existence, such as diversions of way of life shared by the people at that time. So this whole thing will be an integrated pattern of human knowledge, belief, behavior that depends upon the capacity of learning and transmitting knowledge. So when you're dealing with all of these different aspects of culture, you'll have language in there and all these other things. So that's what I thought you were going to show, but you said you
they
can't
get
show.
said though, Rob Bourne. Wait, they get said on the page that it's a bunch of different African cultures. Now check this out. They say a bunch of different African cultures. Now listen, understand this. When they talk about the Yamasee contact with the Gullah, the Yamasee War was in 1715, right? Now, like I just told you, you can't find no date on when the Gullah came or when they came as slaves, because it's all hearsay. Now, the earliest date that I was able to find was mid 1700s, which I think is on here, right? But the Yamasee War was in, look, this is what it says right here. It says South Carolina slave population has been concentrated in parishes surrounding Charleston. It's saying, but in the 1750s, South Carolina rice planters abandoned the inland swamps. Now, listen, they saying abandoned, they talking about Indians, but they're saying that they brought these people in the mid 1700s. I mean, I ain't mean to go off on that right there, but they saying they brought these people to the mid 1700s. Now, like I just showed you, the Gullah War, I mean, I'm sorry, right here, the Yamasee War was in 1715. Right here. It was in 1715. So I just want to know what date that these people came there. How was these so-called Africans able to have this special culture? And if you claim all of us are Africans from Africa, why don't none of us have the culture? And another thing I want to show you is this, right? Now look, check this out. Let's go here. All right, here. So look, the Gullah Wars. Now check this out. Check this out. Now it says the Gullah Wars. They won 3 wars against the United States in the 1800s, right? But do you know what they saying? You know what they talking about? They're talking about the Seminole Wars, right? The Gullah and the Seminole Wars is the same goddamn thing, right? Now my thing is this, right? If the Seminole Wars, now look, they go to Seminole Wars. They time, look, the Seminole Wars, all in the 1800s, all 3 of them. Right?
Your screen not showing, bro. Hold on. Now it's on. Okay.
You go to Seminole Wars. The Seminole Wars in the 1800s, right? Now look, let's go back to the Gullah. Let's go back to what I just showed you. Let's go down here, right here. All right. Now, listen, it said the Gullah won 3 wars against the United States in the 1800s. What had happened was the United States declared its independence 1700. We don't need to know about that. It's saying Spain owned Florida. It said it wasn't about to give it up so easy. They put words out of that of black folks saying their way to Florida from the low country. It's saying they would be free from slavery. Spain wasn't, because being righteous, they figured black folks would be their bodyguards. Florida was nothing but swamps, mosquitoes. It's saying folks was catching malaria out there. It's saying it was hard living, but the Gullah Geechee who ran away would prefer that than the plantation. It's saying, and they made the land livable. It's saying started families and intermingling culture with Native Americans. White folks called them Seminoles. Now look, they saying that the Gullah mixed with the so-called Native Americans, which was the Seminoles, right? But check it out. They also tell you that the Yamasee went into Florida and became the Seminoles too. Now look, around the same goddamn time. Look, it says after the Yamasee War, a large population of Yamasees continued to reside in what became known as the South Carolina. It's saying either as kidnapped slaves, freedmen, or just slaves. A larger portion continued to reside in Florida while traveling back and forth, rescuing the Yamasees from the slave plantations in South Carolina. These runaways, wild ones, escaping captivity, became known as the Seminoles or Seminoles. Okay, it's saying the word. Now we know that's a whole nother language, another thing about the word itself and where it came from. I'm just here to show you that the Gullah is really the Yamasee, because you can't find no evidence on no fucking Gullah tribe. So like I said, I think that's a whole term that they created because you can't find nothing on it. And they telling you the Seminoles and the Gullah is the same people, as well as the Yamasee and the Seminoles, the same people at the same goddamn time. So if the Gullah got this so-called great civilization and culture, and they mixed in with the Seminoles, then why don't we find none of this culture among the Seminoles? Or do we find it, Rob Bourne? Do you find evidence of any of the Gullah culture among the Seminole Indians?
If you was watching my show the other day, I showed the Seminole freedmen on my show, and they were speaking for themselves, and they are basically telling you they are of African descent as well as Native, and they tell part of this history on how they became Seminole. And that's them speaking for themselves, the members of the tribe, and their fight that they're having. But I'm just waiting for you. I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm just waiting for you to show where the Gullah, where anything is saying the Gullah is not West African. I haven't seen that yet, but maybe you warming up to it. But I'll wait.
Bro, I can't even prove to myself that the Gullah existed at the time that you believe any Africans came here. That's why I asked you to. I just went to her page. Look, I'm on her. This is the official Gullah Geechee page, my brother. Listen, look, this is and this is the best information they give you on them. They don't tell you, oh yeah, well the Gullah was a tribe in the 1700s that came here. Come on, man. Because on one hand they supposed to be Indians. And then on the other hand, they supposed to be from West Africa with this so-called certain culture that none of the other Africans or African Americans have, but they the only ones who have it. And
what is the culture that they talking about?
I would love for you to elaborate on it. You can elaborate on it, perhaps. I mean, in the process.
Okay, so. Do you have anything else to show that the Gullah is not West African besides what you
I mean, I'll rest my case and let you go ahead and expound on what you expound, and I'll come back with what I'm gonna do.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do now. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to do this because since you don't have this, you said you don't have it anymore, so that's sad because you're the one that made me do this. I'm basically going off of the current tribe that exists and what those people are saying. So give me 1 second. Let me get this here. Boom, 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 boom. Do. Nope, not that.
You don't find that funny though?
Bro, I'm about to talk about it. We're about to talk about it right now.
All right.
Okay, so since you said that you had this recording of the Gullah and you don't have it anymore with the Queen, I'm just showing you this interview and what this is. So it ain't gonna be the audio, so I'll just do this and you can see the actual question. So you see who I'm writing, you see the Gullah Geechee pointed, see her in the language, see her writing, just so you can see that it's not a game. You see who's responding. You see her name here. You see the sites and all these other things. Before I begin with this, I just want to emphasize to the people that this information just ain't to shun the shun the actual Gullah people. They have real problems that they're going through right now. They have real problems with their land that is trying to be taken away right now. And towards the end of this, I'm gonna put those GoFundMe's and all these things so you can see what they're going through. Okay, so I asked her the question: can you tell us the origin of the Gullah people and what are some of the tribes that make them up? She said the origin of the Gullah Geechee is complex and that we originate in Africa. This is what this queen is saying, and of the sea islands of North America. See what she says here. Depending on the perspective, in regard to the numerous groups that make up the Gullah Geechee and not simply Gullah ethnicity, you need to review the tables and charts and the legacy of Igbo landing, Gullah roots of the African American culture, which can be purchased on Amazon. So I'm going to show you that, and I have those charts. Then she put, here is a brief video in regards to the answers to this question. So I'll probably show that. Where are the Gullah located in the United States? We are all in the United States. The Gullah Geechee Nation exists from Jacksonville, NC to Jacksonville, etc. What is the origin of the term Gullah? She says it originates from the Angola, from the Gullah ethnic group. Once again, we are not just Gullah though. Keyword, we are not just Gullah though. Do the Gullah still hold any ancient cultural practices? She said we maintain our cultural practice and these cannot be explained via email message. Some things would not share publicly. Can you tell us about the Gullah language in terms of its relationship to African or Native American languages? She said the Gullah language has a pidgin or dialect called Geechee. So the pidgin language dialect called Geechee. Gullah consists of African words and grammatical structure. Again, grammatical words and grammatical structure. However, there are loan words from English used in Geechee. Native American language such as Muskego have similar structures, and there are some words that have been shared as our people migrated westward prior to the Civil War. There are numerous areas here in the Gullah Geechee Nation that also bear the original indigenous American names. So, with that being said, let me stop that. We're gonna go into this, and then I'm gonna be adding something new to this thing here. Give me a second. So we're gonna go look at our chart and what she told me to look at. And what I asked you for was the culture to show that these people uh don't exist. My bad. I made a mistake and kicked my own self out. All right. So we're gonna share screen here. We're gonna go to application. Oh, let me just do entire screen. Share, share, and let me scroll back here. Let me pause this here. Make sure that that is big. Hold on. Let me blow this up here. Give me 1 second, brother, because I want to make sure. Oops. I don't want that to keep rolling. Pause. Give me 1 second, brother. I want to make sure that I'll figure a way to make that real clear for the people to see it. So on this screen, you have her book that's called Igbo Landing. And the Igbo Landing is dealing with the Igbos who landed. And there's a folk story that they still speak about these African slaves that come here who decided to kill themselves instead of being slaves. On this chart here, next to here, it talks about the cultural areas, the cultural areas of the peoples of Africa in the South Carolinas. So the group cultures that are there are West Sudan, Nuclear Mendi, the Volta people, the West African Fulani people, people from the Guinean coast, the cultural impact of the southern Nigerias, the Kru and the Peripheral Mandi, the Senegambians, the Congo, the Mongo, the Luba, etc. How did they come up with that? Did they just say this? Did they just make this up? Or you just saying that? How'd you get that? Where'd that come from? Hold up. So here you're gonna see someone that talks about classifications of language. So now we're going to language. So most West African languages are termed as Niger Congo. And these are the languages: the Wolof, Fulani, the Kimi, the Mandi, the Malinki, the Bambara, the Vai. Along the Guinea coast is the Kwa subfamily, the Fanti, the Fam, the Yu, the Twi, the Igbo languages, the Igbo, and the Yoruba. And the Bonu Congo subfamily is the Efik of Nigeria, the large Bantu group that includes the Congo, Kambundo, Umbundo, the Luba, and other languages of Zaire, Angola, and Central and Southern Africa. With this being said, these languages have been classified. They have been shown genetic relationships to be able to be formed in a family. These languages from all of these different tribes should not be in the Americas and make up the majority of the Gullah language. So, where the early students of Gullah encountered mainly a simplified English, the black linguist Turner, who lived among the Sea Island people for 7 years, found indications of 32 languages of West Africa in the vocabulary, syntax, and the sounds. He identified 3,595 personal. Oh, my screen is not showing? Hold on. The brother just told me my screen is not showing. And you ain't say nothing. Hold on. Oh, I thought my screen was showing. My bad. My bad, family. Good looking out, true story. I didn't know my screen wasn't showing. Where did it go? Damn, man. I just lost where I had it at. Where did it go? As soon as he told me that my thing wasn't showing, it just. Oh my God, man. Hold on, bro. Because he told me my screen wasn't showing. So
Relax, man. You good? Relax, bro. Relax. You got.
yeah, I like to have my thing shown. Hold on for a second. Let me pull this back up. My back. My back, fam. My back. Who is this? And let me go back in my email. Email. Respect. Come on, man. Where did it go, yo? That's crazy. This is what happened when you switch from a Mac to a Windows, yo. I'm like totally. Damn, man.
Hey man, take your time, man. Don't worry about it.
Cause I'm reading it and you ain't even tell me that it ain't showing, bro.
You know what? I'm looking at my shit. I'm just listening to you.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Perspective ends. All right. Seems like I gotta show this again. Hold on. I gotta resend this to myself because it's not showing. Give me 1 second. Sorry, fam, but we gotta have this thing right. Uh-huh. Send again. Yeah. Give me 1 second, bro. It should be back up in a minute. But while we waiting for this to pop back up, let me go back here because this is very imperative to the build. Let me see. Does it come? Does it come? Where is it? All right, here it is. Open. All right, I got it now. Okay. So now let me go back out of here and share this again. My bad, fam. We here now. We back. So this is what I was reading from the first page, from the legacy of the Igbo landing. That's what I was reading. Then I began to read here when you see the black linguistic person Turner, who had did what? He lived among the Sea Island people. He did the historical comparative method, where he actually saw the genetic relationships between 25 of these African cultural languages. And here is his chart, which you will see his book pop up right about now. So here's the book. So here's the book, Africanisms and Gullah Dialect, Lorenzo Dow Turner, the Black Man. So these are the languages: Congo, Yoruba, Hindi, Yu, Bambara, Twi, Ba, Hausa, Fon, Umbudu, other. So these are the personal names, the percentages, the conversational words, words for stories in total. What I want to emphasize is that this language is still alive, which means that you can do a comparative method to see the genetic relationships with other languages. Now, we're going to keep moving on because we want to talk about the culture of the
Hold
Gullah.
on, let me see that. Oh, let me see the language. Pull the language. Oh, let me see what kind of language that is. Is that English?
Are you looking at the chart? The chart are the linguistic sources of Gullah vocabulary. This was the
Okay,
study done by this person, and the languages that were compared are there on the screen for you to
let's
see.
see it.
It's on the screen.
Man, I can't see that, man.
Well, I can see it clearly. If you want, I can send it to you. It looks real big on my screen. I don't know how you can't see it, but that is the book. There's the page number there,
All
and
right,
it
hold up.
is
All right. I said, hold up. I said, hold up. Let me make sure.
so. So when I ask you about the comparison and language and culture, language is a part of the culture. You're supposed to demonstrate that the Muscovy language and make up this current language that exists. I didn't see that from your bill,
You
but
absolutely. You know what? You're right, bro. But you can't prove
hold
that.
on. Let me
It
finish.
doesn't prove that none of them languages mean or is connected. They're not showing. They're not
Yeah.
showing the alphabet. They're not showing. Listen, they not they for that to be correct. Meaning they would have to show the alphabets right next to each other.
In the book, because it's a physical book, I don't want to hold it up to the screen, but yeah, he did that. That's what you call historical comparative
Okay, so
research. Let me finish though, bro, because I let
no,
you go, and we
no,
can
you good.
we come back to the language because
No,
we're
you
gonna
good.
talk about your massy stuff that you just brought up. So when we talk about the culture, right? It says the Gullah people have what you call praise houses, and this is the elders keep alive the beliefs and practices of native religion, along with the forms of Baptist and the Methodist. This is called syncretism. Beneath the cloak of Christianity, pagan retentions are evident. Baptism by immersion in the river outwardly Christian has African overtones. It says the staff that the Gullah people use with a cross that the deacon plants in the water is also symbolic of the four moments of the sun, the cosmogram of the Congo. So the cosmogram of the Congo is a cross with four things in four circles. It represents birth. Noon stands for maturity. It's setting in the close of life. Thus, the horizontal line, like the surface of the water, separates the land from the living above the dead. That is all throughout the Americas. So now let me keep going here, keep going here. Okay, so that's done. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show something else here. When we talking about these languages, oh, we can stay in the culture. So let me stop sharing this. Let me share again.
Hey, real quick, Rob Bourne. You don't
Uh-huh.
know. You don't have no picture or image of them so called of the language that's in that book. I got
The, the
language right
pictures
here.
of the languages, yeah, that's in the book. The whole study is in the book, bro. I
I
gave
don't
you the
got the
book.
book though, and I mean I ain't got the book, and the people who watching ain't got the book. I got the
I mean, family,
right here
like,
though.
all right, family, listen. That study is known in anything that you pull up, Gullah conversations or everything else. So, okay, let me show this cloud reader because you said you was talking about the culture of the people and where is that. So this book, I'll put the name of it up there right now. So this is dealing with conjure, charm, and Gullah resistance, right? So it says Denmark plan epitomes how African culture and Pan-African connections shape conspiracy and in more general sense became facilitating factors in slave resistance. One of the most effective and ambiguous of these links were the various Afro-Atlantic religions. So here is the individual, an African-born conjurer named Gullah Jack. Pitcher was one of the central figures in the 1822 conspiracy. Having served as a doctor in Charleston for 15 years, Jack's reputation as a mystic who can't be killed or shot or caught allowed him to sway enslaved Africans of all nationalities who respected him as a conjurer and a general. The court records claim that he had been Angola, born in Angola. Jack's ability to influence the Africans, etc. This whole story here, you can see that in the Jamaican Maroons with Queen Nanny, same story. We can see it in New York in the 17 revolt with Peter the Doctor. That culture that you said, where is it? That's where it is at. Now
That's assumption though. That ain't no comparative. That's an assumption, and it's an assumption to the interpretation of the person who writing it that's saying that they're Africans.
Okay, so these people who practice, like I said, Obeya, etc. These people, this guy, the Gullah person, he said that he is born in Angola. One of his friends, the culture, the connection allowed him to stay with the people. So let me go to the next page here. And that would be that. So that's dealing with, I pulled that up on the fly, dealing with that cultural aspect. So now we want to deal with what
let me just ask you one question real quick. Just pause it right there. Just real quick. Let me just ask you one question. All right, so as far as the story of the Gullah, you can't get a story. You get a story about Africans coming in. So let's just sit here and think about this shit for a minute, right? So now the story. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just say one thing real quick. So this is the story we just got. We got some people who's supposed to be the Gullah who was brought to South Carolina to be slaves. Number one, right? To be slaves, right? So then we got the Yamasee War going on at the same time, right? And then the Yamasee end up saving the Gullah, which some of the Gullah end up going into Florida with the Yamasee, right? So now my question is this, right? What stopped them from being enslaved, or what stopped them after they left? How do we know that it was still African slave? How do we know all of them didn't leave and go into Florida? There's no history. I'm just saying.
Listen. Okay, listen.
There's no history with the Gullah outside of them making up this history. There's no history of it. We got the Seminoles. I'm just saying. You got to think about it.
Listen. What I'm doing is showing the African culture their whole language.
That's somebody's speculation of them.
Okay, so now I'm gonna show you something. Okay. So
language that was over there.
Okay.
Don't mean that. Okay. They ain't say it was 100% match. They said it was speculation. Just like they said,
never said speculation.
They said to you that they said that.
Fam. I'm showing you. I showed you something, and I showed you where it shows where the language. You need to. You're not doing what I'm asking.
Where did the word Gullah come from?
Fam, can you stop?
So where did the word Gullah come from?
Yo, family, relax, bro.
Okay.
There's 3 theories of it. One is from the Gullah people. One they say it could come from the with the Geechee and that river, etc. They're not sure of that. So what they do say is like, okay, we have people that did come from the Gullah region to this specific region. We do see their language. Their language. Stop, son. Yo, wait a minute, bro.
No, relax, man. We good? Relax. You're not going to do that. We're not going to do that tonight.
Yeah, we ain't going to do that. You just got to show the historical comparative method that shows genetic relationships with languages. So now this is what I'm
going to do. I don't believe you. You didn't. Hold up.
Yo, fam. I don't. Yo, you. All right. This is what you believe. Then this is what you believe. I'm showing it. So now this is what I'm doing, bro. Look. So what I'm reading from is the Oxford uh, languages of the Americas, right? So this is dealing with the Yamasi people, right? And the people you talking about, and the Gullah people, right? Now, right here, it shows you the Muskegon language. It shows you all of the language families that this consists of. This is what you call the historical comparative method when people take living languages and compare them to each other to show the genetic relationship of where they come from. When you see the Muskegee language here, you see the Northern, you see the Creek, you see the Seminole, see all these people right here, right? So now it shows you all of this stuff here. These are all studies that are done by linguistics. So now when we get down here, right, it says that the Apache tribe was first encountered by the Spanish in 1528 in Florida. Campbell have determined that the Apache belongs together with the Alabama Casati and the subdivision of the Muscogee language. Broadwell has argued that two extinct languages, I want you to understand what you are reading here, has argued that two extinct languages, the Gaul and the Yamasi, those languages are extinct. They are not living. You cannot compare that to the Gullah language that is still in existence, that every goddamn scholar looked at and it's not there.
Let me
Both.
ask you a question though.
Let me finish. Can I finish reading my source, please?
No, I'm just saying, since you stopped there,
Can I? All right. Let me finish reading this little paragraph. Then you go. Then it says both once spoken in South Carolina and Georgia are previously undetected Muskegean languages belonging to the North Branch family. However, Sturvant shows that the forms Broadwell cited are in fact from Creek and not from Yamasi or Gully, since the languages of the Yamasi and Go groups known from earlier historical records remain unattested. It is best present to leave them unclassified. Now, these languages don't exist. These people don't exist no
they
more.
still speak Muskogee today. What are you talking about?
Yo, family, we're not talking about Muskogee. Again, here is the list of the Muskogee languages. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm showing you. You can tell me what you want. You have to show it to me. This is the Muskogean branch. This is the
Yamasi and the
family. The Yamasi language is extinct.
How they still speaking to it's Muskogee. The Yamasi language is Muskogee.
It's extinct. Yo,
how?
You need to.
How is it extinct?
Family, listen to me. All you have to do is pull up a source to show me that the Gullah and the Yamasi language are not extinct. Once you do that, then we can talk. Okay. I'm showing you what I'm talking about. So now let's stay on point. We are talking about the Gullah people. This is what we're talking about. We're not talking about anybody else. You're supposed to show the culture of the Gullah there. You have not done that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show what you started bringing up. You started bringing up these Yamasi wars and all these things of that nature, right? So let's bring this up here. Why is this not coming up? Let me get here first. Let me go here first. So this right here is the book called The Gullah Culture in America. The following song, recorded in Harris Neck, Georgia in the early 1930s, was first published by Dr. Lorenzo Turner, the foremost scholar to make a study of the people and their language 3/4 of a century ago, to indicate the transition from an African dialect to modern Gullah. Gullah scholars today, such as Dr. Emery Campbell, take delight in presenting them in a song kind of language to interested students. So here you have the Mendi language. The Gullah current people that exist today, whose language is not extinct, like the Yemenis and like the Gullah, have an African song. African, the words. Here is the Mendi language that you see that I cannot pronounce. Here is the Gullah language that you see that I really cannot pronounce. And here is the English translation to it. Here is the African culture and language that is inside of these people's dialect and how they speak. Now, let's get to your other point that you kept bringing up. Let me stop sharing that. Let me go back here and let me go out of there. And now let me share again. Share screen. Where is it? Is this it? No. Where'd it go? Okay, it's called Black Seminoles. So give me 1 second. Okay, so this right here is dealing with what you keep talking about. And you keep talking about the war, etc. So it says the Gullah, right? Slavery and Sierra Leone American connection. Sierra Leone is where? West Africa. The Black Seminoles are a small offshoot of the Gullah who escaped from the rice plantations in South Carolina and Georgia. They built their own settlements on the Florida frontier, fought a series of wars to preserve their freedom, and were scattered across North America. They played a significant role in this American history. Some Gullah slaves managed to escape from coastal South Carolina and Georgia south in the Florida Peninsula. In the 18th century, Florida was a vast tropical wilderness, etc. Here's one of the leaders, Abraham, a Black Seminole leader, etc. Right? You saying these people are the same. They're telling you how these people who was in this region migrated here and ran off with these individuals and was fighting. So Gullah mute. Hold up. Let me go right here. The Gullahs established their own free settlements in the Florida wilderness by at least the late 1700s. Here's your date. They built separate villages attached to floor houses surrounded by fields of corn, etc. The Gullahs adopted Indian clothing. Key word. The Gullahs adopted Indian clothing while the Indians acquired the taste for rice, etc. and Gullah music and folklore. But the Gullahs were physically more so, etc. But anyway, this is dealing with the wars and this is dealing with all of this stuff that you're talking about. And this deals with
So is the Gullah Seminole, yes or no?
no, they're not.
Yeah, you sure about you? So you're sure that the Gullah is not the Seminole? So why is the Gullah War being mistaken for the Seminole War? Then?
No, the Gullah War is not being mistaken for the Seminole War.
I just showed you the three
Gullah Wars. I am reading you
I just showed you I got the same.
Listen, right? Check it out, right? So you saying the same people? The Seminoles are an Aboriginal tribe here, right? When once it says the Black Seminoles and it says are a small offshoot,
they're saying there is no Black Seminoles. The Seminoles are the original Negroes from the gate. Right. What are you talking about?
Okay, so
there's no Black Seminoles.
Okay, whatever you say, bro.
Look, your masses are Negroes.
All right, man. All right. Okay, bro. Whatever you say. I'm showing what I'm saying. And we're gonna get back to this culture thing. So what I was waiting for you to show me was the culture of the Gullah not being West Africa. And you said that, and you I did show you the language. You not showing family.
You showed a book. You showed a book of a comparative of the language. You never showed the language side by side.
Yo, listen, you gave me somebody interpretation. Okay, when will you give me one source that says that the Gullah language is not West African? Where is that source? You don't have it.
There is no. Listen, all right. So look,
you're just talking, bro. I'm gonna be quiet. You got that source?
Okay, no. Hold up.
I'll be waiting for that source. Let me know when you got that. Put it on
me first. You have to show me first.
I did. I just showed you. Where is your source? Where is your source?
Drop that book. Drop that source book in your what's the name, and let me see if I can find the language so I can see. I don't believe him.
Okay, you don't gotta believe the linguist. That's the language.
I want to see. I want to see the Gullah language. Gullah word next to an African word.
Okay, that's fine, yo, bro. Exactly. Bro. Okay, all you gotta do is look up Lorenzo D. Turner, put him in there, and buy the book like I did. And just do it, and it'll show you. And I'm not gonna hold up a book that's gonna be real small to the goddamn screen, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So, but let me finish my point here. So now I established the language. I established that you said you asked where's the stuff that they doing across in the Americas. I showed you the Obeahs. I showed you their culture. I showed you Gullah Jack. I just gave you one. All right. So now what we're gonna do is I want to just listen to the people, man. So that's one of the most best things that we could possibly do is listen to it.
Done yet. This wasn't even you didn't listen. I'm asking, first of all, what I asked you was, you're not asking. I got plenty of shit pulled up here. But before we go forward, I want to know. This is what I want to know. I want to know this. First of all, I just established that the Gullah became the Seminole. You just read to me and told me that the Gullah went to fucking Florida, which the Gullahs are Africans, right? But the Yamasees became Seminoles, but the Gullah was able to come here and establish their own settlement outside from the fucking mighty Seminoles and fucking make it. No, they was the Seminoles. I just read to you the Gullah got three. So the Gullah got three separate wars than the Seminoles?
Fam, the Gullah Wars.
Okay.
Yo, listen, bro.
What?
Listen, your argument falls because why are we here? We are here because we are talking about is the Gullah West African or not. You're saying you're making the claims that
you
the Gullah.
You still haven't proved to me that
family. I showed you a part of that language. I showed you that code. Yo, like I don't know what else.
All right, listen, Rob, all right. Let me get 5 minutes.
Yeah, now you could get 5, but we just going back. I wasn't really finished showing what I was showing, and you basically.
Right, but I got questions though. I have questions.
Yeah, you can have questions, but can I finish getting through what I did? Number one, I showed you a Gullah song that is in the Mendi language.
We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that.
Man, all right, so okay, so I'm gonna do it again. Hold on. Okay, hold on, bro. Hold on, family. All you gotta do is just show me a source that says that it ain't true.
You didn't show me nothing in no Mendi language.
Right here on the screen, you have Dr. Lorenzo Turner, the foremost scholar there. The Gullah scholars today, such as Dr. Emberley. So you have 2 doctors here presenting this. This exists today. This is what they're doing today.
Keep that right there.
Yeah, we keep it right there. Go ahead. It's right here for you. You want the name of the book? You want the book too?
I want to see something. Keep that right there. I got the Muskegee language pulled up right here too. So keep that up.
You got the Muskegee language pulled up. What you need to do is show the genetic relationship between the Gullah language and the Yamasee extinct language and whatever these other Gullah people is.
Let me see something.
So it's right there, bro.
I'm just looking at it because it ain't nothing. They can't.
I know there's nothing there. You could. If you don't want to believe it, that's on you, bro. The studies.
This is my thing. This is the way I think. This is the way I think, right?
All right. Let me tell me how you think.
What makes the Gullah? Okay, we all are. Most African Americans supposedly came from out West Africa, right? So now it was other groups supposedly according to their history, but we already know that that's not right and exact. But because we're going to deal with it, let's deal with it, right? So we know in South Carolina there was other so-called countries from West Africa that supposedly have bought slaves there. Now, my thing is, if first of all, the Gullah ran into Florida, okay? So now I'm under the impression, did the Gullah stay in Florida? Did they become the Seminoles? Or like I said, is Queen Quet and them looking at some shit some white people wrote and then living out the culture? That's what I'm saying. Like, there is no existence to when they begun. I can't find no history on them. And she ain't saying, well, this was passed down 6-7 generations and we're still continuing the practice. You understand what I'm saying?
On the very website that you just looked up, on the Gullah, in her books, the Gullah people are the Africans that are here that has the most retention of African culture because of their seclusion. This is what every single scholar says, and this is what she says in her own works. So when she said that she's trying to preserve the actual culture because it is disappearing, this is what she was saying. I mean,
how secluded? If they was where the
Yamasee, I just showed you that the Yamasee language is extinct. It doesn't exist.
Oh my God, bro! So you telling me these slaves was able to retain their language and the rest of us can't?
Yes.
So why can't the rest of the Black Americans living here? Why you got deep roots in the South? Why don't none of these?
Okay, so I got you right now. I got you right now. I'm gonna answer your question right now. Give me 1 second, brother. I'm gonna answer.
Hey, yo, Rabon, I don't know if you can hear me, man, but we can't hear you, bro. You gotta mute your mic. The mic muted.
Oh, okay. So now my mic is open. All right. So let me go here. So you keep asking about this culture, the African culture. How come the Gullah is the only one to preserve it? So I'm going to show you the people. I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to show you the Maroons in Jamaica, and then I'm going to go directly to Carolina. I'm going to go directly there. So you keep asking, where's this culture at, right? So this is Queen Nanny. She's known as an Obeah woman. This is 1728, right? So this figure named Queen Nanny, she is the spiritual leader of the Wind Maroons, right? It said her role was a very familiar one for Akan speakers. Queen Nanny not only led the independent Akan polity in the Jamaican known Nanny Town, she was also described in contemporary Town as an Obeah woman. Queen Nanny's involvement in the First Maroon War was facilitated by her alleged abilities to catch bullets with her hands on her between her thighs, etc., and to heal injured warriors and to produce magical charms to render her soldiers invulnerable. This is the same thing that Gullah Jack did. This is the same thing that Gullah Jack did, and why all of those so-called that you say Africans
You believe that? Hold up, hold up.
hold up. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm just gonna show two more things.
With her hands, bro.
No, she did. Yo, it's not
Man.
about. Yo, fam, it's not about if she could do that or not. It's about that's a part of their culture. And you keep saying, why is the Gullah people the only one with this? Where's the other Africans? So here is the Winmore Maroons cosmology. This is the encyclopedia of the Caribbean religions. The Windward Maroon belief the cosmos is inhabited by an assortment of spirit beings. There is a single deity, the omniscient computer known as Yankee Pum or Nyami. Where does Nyami come from? Nyami comes from Ghana. Although direct communication with Yankee Pum is generally not possible, same concepts, right? So now
you said Miami come from Ghana.
I said Nyami, Nyame.
Miami come from Ghana.
Yes, that is the Akan God's name.
Okay, that's the Akan God. Now you're gonna have to pull. I don't believe it.
Okay, you don't have to believe it. That's fine, son. You don't gotta believe it.
And he caught bullets with her hands, man.
No, did she not say that they did magical things to render her soldiers invincible? They believed it. They're not Gullah Jack.
They drew Ali to nails with his teeth. I mean,
yeah, but we told you that.
Did y'all make fun of Drew Ali for chewing nails?
Thank you for thank you for watching our video. Bullets. Yeah, he really did chew nails though.
Okay, well, I don't believe she caught no bullets though. I mean, that's all.
Nobody is talking about that. We're talking about.
We need a witness.
Okay.
Or image or video.
Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna keep moving. So here is a Khan naming tradition and burial grounds. This is a in New England. One example of such of an African tradition that survived was the practice of naming children for the day of the week which they were born. Here you see the tombstone here. This is 1785. You see the name Nubia and Tiki, and then it will go on to show how the African language of Twi is written on those actual tombstones. So now we talking about the South. So now we in North America now. Are we in North America? But we in what is the United States. This book is called The Rituals of Resistance, African Atlantic Religion in the Congo and Low Country in the South Era. Now, here you will have what you call the Gullah culture, right? In this specific part right here, you're going to see Margaret Washington, for example, link slave conversions to the Low Country with the initiation rituals found among Africans of varied ethnicities. Washington argues, moreover, that the stamp of what African secret societies can be discerned at each stage of the Christian conversion. The name of these black societies resembling the Poro and Sandy initiation societies of Sierra Leone. These black societies were like their African counterparts, units of organization that regulated conduct and served to integrate individuals into the plantation community. Within these societies, Gullahs practiced their own version of Christianity and created their own religious folklore. That's what they did. You keep asking. Congo Square, 1724. French implemented Code Niort. These gatherings included singing, dances, and religious ceremonies, including voodoo, dancing and vocalization, Spanish rule of Louisiana, etc. Here, this is a marker.
What was that?
Excuse me?
What was you saying that the Gullah people and what year was that?
The Gullah people. No, this is Congo Square. I'm just answering your question. And you said, how come? Your question was, how come only the people and the Gullah people hold this West African or these African traditions and nobody else is doing it? So I'm showing it to you. And this is what I showed your friend the other day. And this will be the last. This will be the last thing. This is the last thing. And then this is the last thing, and you get to go. This is the last.
I'm just asking you. Where's Congo?
Congo Square is in Louisiana.
And what year was that Congo Square existed?
It's what year that existed? That goes back to the 1700s.
All right, was there any Congo in Africa in the 1700s?
Yes, there was a Congo Empire in the 1400s.
So Congo was called Angola first.
No, Angola is a province. Congo is a kingdom.
Province. So how old is the province? How old is the kingdom of Congo?
If the kingdom of
1700s?
Excuse me?
Do the kingdom of Congo go back to the 1700s, my brother?
To the 1700s, it was dismantled. Then you have Angola and all these other Pacific people. What's your point?
So obviously, I mean, was it ever called Congo past the time it's called Congo now?
Yeah, it's called the Democratic.
Maybe that word
Congo right now.
A word from Africa. Maybe it's a word from America.
Okay, so all right. So now we going.
Now show me that there's a Congo. Show me. Pull up the dates of Congo and when was Congo existed in Africa.
Wow. Okay. So now we going off the subject, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for you right now. I'm
Congo in relation to Africa.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna do that for you right now. I'm gonna do that for you right now. But I want to stay on the topic to answer your question. And we supposed to be talking about the Gullah. You said, how come the Gullah people are the only people who retain this African culture and no other Africans did? So right here, this comes from the Underground Railroad. That's in America, right? African languages encoded in quilts, right? So the tradition of encoding secret signs and textile designs done by women in the New World. Examples include Brazilian cloth embroidered with designs called points for a Yoruba god Ogun, and Suriname caps embroidered by women with designs derived from a maroon script called Africa, which is based on the Nsibidi, a West African writing, signs from Nigeria. Cuban Abuka Society costumes are based on Nigerian ones. Here's the cloth. This is the African people doing it. Last one here. Here's the Underground Railroad. You see this cloth right here? This is what the North American people built. The Yaruka Cloth is a combination of geometric and figurative designs in dark color on light background made by the Igbo people of Nigeria. This cloth belongs to the Leopard Secret Guardian Society. Some of the geometric designs include the checkerboard, listen closely, the checkerboard, the pinwheel, and the hourglass. The figurative designs include the crocodile, the serpent, the blacksmith, tools of the hand of God, and insipidity symbols. These same symbols are found in the cloths that the
You
people
saying
made. No. Hold on, bro. Let me finish, fam. Let me finish.
in America? You talking about serpents and stuff? All of that's in America.
Fam, I just showed you,
That,
family.
brother, nah.
Okay, all right. You can say nah all you want. You can say nah all you want. Here is this.
Listen, I take Zuma had boards in his palace, so that ain't nothing that comes from Africa.
I just showed you the actual insibidi symbol right here on this point right here, what it actually meant, and I then showed you up here this cloth right here that is that represents a Yoruba Ogun god.
So where is that from? I just want to know.
It's on the screen.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Saying that, okay. You said
so now. So since you jumping around, so let's go back. Let's go back to your what you just asked me about the Congo. This is what you just did. You said show me the Congo and that. And I'm gonna show you this Congo right now. Let me get out of this. Let me share again. Let me go here since we have lots of questions for Rob Bourne other than the Gullah. So let's find it. Let me go in my library. Is my screen sharing? I don't think my screen is sharing. No, it's not. So let me share again. Let me share Cloud Reader, share. So my screen is sharing. Where is the book that I want? Which one? Let me just put it in here because where is it? Conversions. Where is it? Well, here it is. Here. See this book here? I'm about to pull up The Art of Conversion. We're going to talk about the Congo. Since you want to talk about the Congo, let's talk about the Congo. So here, let me go here.
The date, man. You ain't got to get all sophisticated, bro. I believe you, man.
Oh, so you believe me? So why is you resisting them?
I just want to see when the Congo became, you know what I'm saying, became the name of the country or became the name of that territory, bro.
Okay.
Some Congo in the Caribbean and try to connect that to Africa and say, oh, because this is money grip. It doesn't work that way. We know people compare cultures all the time. Don't mean that them cultures came from the exact same place.
Okay. Here, right here, you'll have, and what is this? 14. Oh, this one is from 17. My bad. Let me get out of here. Give me 1 second. Damn, man. It's hard for me to share this on this thing, man, because I can't search it. In any event, the Portuguese meet the Congo in 1486. They go to the Kingdom of Congo and they convert them to Christianity. When they write about them in their records, they call them the Kingdom of Congo and the actual king. And here is, now I remember. So this would be better for me to grab it this way. Give me 1 second because I already have this. So it'll be better for me to do it this way. Is it in this presentation? Yes, it's in this one. All right, I got it now. My bad, man, because I was going to go through that book, but I don't need to do that because I already have it clipped for you. And let me go out of here, share screen again, share. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. And let's look at this Kingdom of the Congo. Okay, right here. We'll read this. The Portuguese explorers reached Congo. This is from their writings. In 1483 and forged alliances 8 years later with the Congo tribal's leader Nzinga A. Nkuku, was baptized and took the title Jao I of Congo. This is in 1487. His son and eventually successor Mbemba Nzinga also took the sacrament and later became Alfonso I of Congo. The distinguished visitors to Lisbon from distant outposts of an empire included royalty from the Kingdom of Congo in West Central Africa, now partly Angola, and now the Democratic Republic of Congo. The
Okay, so
Portuguese.
it's saying
Hold
now.
on.
It's
No,
saying now. It
yeah,
said with
we gonna slow it down. The Portuguese especially sought to educate in Lisbon indigenous people who might return to Africa's clergy. German physician visiting Lisbon in 1494 reported these young black people. This king right here that you see, Jao First of Congo and Kunku, whatever, he sent his son there. So in the 1480s, these people in the Portuguese records describe the Kingdom of Congo. So
man,
there's
that
your
nigga don't look like no. He don't look like no brother right there. Look at that nigga here, man. Oh, no, wait. He don't look like no brother right there.
can't have that picture,
He don't look like that, man.
You can't have that picture, bro.
Nah. That nigga, look how long that nigga hair is, man.
Yo, you crazy with that.
Nah.
Yo, you funny as hell, bro.
Hey,
You funny.
Hey, nah, Rob Boy, man. Look. Just because you think that the cultures are the same, don't mean that they are the same, my brother. And
But
like,
I don't think it though. I showed it to you.
all right, okay, let me share my screen. Let's
Yeah, go ahead. Show me what you got, man.
All right, so let's see. What were we talking about?
Yo, I gotta leave shortly, man. Damn, son. I didn't even know I was on here. Oh my god, man. You got me in trouble, bro.
We could do
got me in trouble, bro.
We could do a part two. I'm not done, man. I see you running. You just showed that motherfucking nigga from the Congo with straight hair. And now you running and shit like he talking about. Listen, there was no Congo. I'm gonna tell you like this too, right? There ain't no 83. There is no 1483 because the Gregorian calendar was made in 1580 something. So we don't know what time any of this shit is. I'm talking about anything past their Gregorian calendar. Now we had our own calendar system here. So we don't even go by that shit because we had our own shit here. But understand that the whole world wasn't going off of one calendar.
So let me ask you this question.
1400, I don't believe it.
I feel you. I mean, I respect what you say, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you understand?
I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is this: right?
You got white people who will tell you that it ain't no history past 1500s according to what they wrote. All the history past 1500s is dealing with our shit, but they don't have no timeline to connect it. The calendar, you think they created a brand new calendar, and you think the calendar, if let's say the calendar was created, the Gregorian calendar was created in 1583, right? You think they went from 1582 to 1583, and then we know AD and BC was created after that. So
I get what
BC after they created the calendar that we on now. So they AD or BC.
I get what you're saying, my brother. All I'm saying is this: on the Portuguese documents, they put the year on it. They put the year of our Lord. I could send them to you if you want it. We actually have empires in West Africa, and we have those documented in actual Arabic records. That's 9th century AD. They have their own calendar, right? And we have the information, bro.
Do West Africa got pyramids on Rob?
What you said?
West Africa got any pyramids?
Yeah, they got some pyramids, but they're not as old as the things in North Africa and other places. No, definitely not.
Are you saying North? I mean, what kind of pyramids are they? Are they step pyramids or are they
Nah, they not step pyramids. They just built in like pyramid form, but they not really that. It ain't really deal. If you looking for that, that's really in North Africa. But I mean, I gotta get off here. I'm saying I told you this before I talked to you, so you can't say I'm trying to run. I stayed on here for an hour.
Listen, you gonna have to show that Congo king and shit again.
But yo, so you not stealing that, man.
That nigga don't look like a Negro, man. And the Congo got some of the look at the brother that play What's the brother nigga? The Serge Ibaka, Serge Ibaka. That nigga don't look like Serge Ibaka, my brother.
Yo, you stupid, bro.
Man, you got straight head. All right, but we'll finish this, man. We'll definitely finish it, though.
Yeah, we can get you on the African burial. That's what you want to left, the Negro burial ground.
I had some more shit I had to show you dealing with the Yamasi and everything. So we can get back in. And I was going to show you, if you can pull up that language, and I'll show you the Muskogee language. When I looked at the Muskogee language, it looked just like that language that you had up on the screen. That's why
the video was here for you. So if you want to go back and look it up and go look at it,
I'm gonna look it up, though. But when you get time, I'm gonna have AP hit you.
And then then the next show we could do it on your show, so we could do it on yours, and you want to talk about the Negro burial ground. But yeah, man, we gonna have an Aboriginal versus the African workout session. I'm gonna wash you up and your whole team, bro.
I mean, hey, listen, bro. This is like a fucking warm up for me, man. I ain't even done yet. I'm just trying to formulate my argument according to what you're not telling me. There's no Gullah tribe. The Gullah is the whole coast of South Carolina, and like I said, when I get a chance, we got a brother named Gullah Juice in the house.
I'm Gullah Juice.
Yo, y'all, I want to stay on for 10 more minutes. I gotta go take care of something, Gullah. So if you're gonna do that, you can stay, bro. I gotta
dig it.
But go ahead, Gullah. You can talk to him, brother. But this was a good bill. I hope the people that's on your side saw that we could talk without cursing each other out and going crazy, bro. I hope they saw that talking this one.
You good, man. You good.
Go ahead, Gullah. If you want to talk to him, I gotta do something.
Go ahead.
Man, do your thing. You got some questions, Joe? Because I'm Gullah. Like, I'm in it. This is my life. This is my culture. So any questions or any concerns, go ahead and ask me.
Oh, you for me? You asking me?
Yeah, I'm born here no more. It's me and you right
now. All right, that's splendid. That's wonderful. So, all right, so you Gullah, where your people from?
Georgetown, South Carolina. If you like to, please check out the NBK video, Brief History of Georgetown, South Carolina, done by Brother Gullah Juice.
Okay. You got people near Beaufort?
No, my people is in Georgetown.
Beaufort. There's no Gullah that resides near Beaufort, though?
You didn't ask me that. You asked me two different questions now. You said, do I have people in Beaufort?
Oh, brother, listen, listen, my brother, hold on. My brother, right? So obviously I'm talking to you as a brother. I'm just asking you a question, brother. I'm not trying to, the brother said, let go. So I just want to get the conversation going.
Mm-hmm. My family does not reside in Beaufort. There are Gullah Geechee people that do reside in Beaufort.
Okay, all right, okay. Now, them people that reside in Beaufort, would that be one of their original living places? Was they originally there?
What do you mean was they originally there? We were brought over here to America.
Was Beaufort, what they now call Beaufort, okay, was the Gullah that's living in Beaufort, did they always reside there, or did they travel or migrate?
Brother, we were brought, the Gullah, the GULLAH/GEECHEE, the Gullah Geechee people were brought here, right? Went to auctions and whatnot, and then went to Charleston, Beaufort, Georgetown.
Where? Oh, was bought where?
To America, bro. To America.
Right, so how did they get the name Geechee?
And you probably looking in the chat. There's a theory that comes behind the Kissy tribe. Gullah, G-O-L-A, is the tribe where the Gullah come from, the word, and then the Kissy, K-I-S-S-I.
The word Geechee come from the river Ogamichi that runs through.
Oh man, you just talked about this for an hour before I got on here, dude. That river is no correlation. That river is no relation.
Hold on. I'm building with you, brother. Hold on. The word Gullah, that is the whole coast of South Carolina. Okay, there is no people called Gullah. Okay, what I'm telling you is if they didn't travel or down live by the river, the Ogeechee, then how did they get the term Geechee? The word Geechee come from the Ogeechee.
Are you
It
not
ain't no
listening
word.
to me, dude? You got one mouth, two ears. You have to listen, my guy. Yo, thank you, because for the last time, man. Gullah, G-O-L-A, which is a West African tribe, and Kissy, K-I-S-S-I.
How is Gullah a West African tribe? What tribe is
Oh
Gullah?
my!
Gullah ain't no goddamn West African tribe. The
It's not a
word
West
Gullah.
African tribe,
Listen,
bro.
brother, the reason why the people in South
You are on a
Carolina call
smartphone
themselves
slash
the
tablet
Gullah
right now.
because
You
they
are on
live
a
on the Gullah
smartphone
coast
slash tablet
of
right
South
now, a
Carolina,
computer or
brother.
something, bro. You are on the smartphone.
The word Gullah is an African word.
Oh my gosh, you are the most slowest man.
Brother, the word Gullah ain't no African word, brother. We just read and he just said that the word Gullah is uncertain. They don't even know where it came. But I just told you that, listen.
And you're trying to tell me, look, dude.
You from South Carolina, my brother?
Yo, be quiet,
Are
dude.
you from South
Yo,
Carolina?
be quiet, bro. You're not gonna dominate the
Hey, look, hey,
conversation.
my
Who
man,
you
you need
talking
to
to?
calm down, fam.
You need to listen. You're trying to dominate the conversation. I'm
Calm
not going
down,
for it.
bro. Breathe.
I am calm. This is me calm.
Okay, relax,
This is me
bro.
calm. This is me relaxed. This is me relaxed. You just need to listen. All right. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yay, nay?
Man, just go ahead, man. I ain't got time for all that. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Because you said that's me the most dumb thing. You try to say the Gullah is not a West African tribe. Well, look in the chat and it's in there. Yes, it is. Gullah,
Brother, I got 20 I've never
yo, you're not about to keep going, bro. I'm not going.
All right, go ahead.
Man.
Expound on it. All right, just expound on it. All right, just expound on it. Let me get. All right, expound.
It's already in the public chat. Gullah.
No, you got time to talk about it. I ain't got time.
You shut the fuck up. Gullah, G-O-L-A.
Hey, Rob Bourne, man. Get this.
Hold on, I just came back, man. Time out. I don't want the spaz to get so big.
Man, it sounded right, man.
I know you heated, Gullah. I know what you're saying,
sound
man.
like a dollar. You don't sound like a dollar neither, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't sound like no Aboriginal. You ain't talking about Cherokee.
You just said that.
All right, time out, everybody. Time out. I got 5 more minutes. Who's this on here? Gullah, South Carolina. You got something you want to say?
Nah, I just saw the topic, so I'm just tuning in. Yeah, I'm from South Carolina, homie. The Aboriginal guy. Yeah, I'm from South Carolina. Yeah, I'm Gullah too.
Uh-oh.
So you know what? Since you on the line, let me ask you a question, yo.
Sure.
So you're Aboriginal, right?
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So what language do you speak?
What language do I speak? I speak English.
All right, so what language did your people speak? Like, what language was the Aboriginal?
Well, Aborigine means first time of
No,
existence.
wait. Don't tell me what it means.
Okay,
just
so let me
language you speak.
I'm telling you my language if you let me say what I'm gonna say.
Well, listen, stick to the topic. I don't want to know what Aborigine is from. I don't want to know how long you've been in America. Just tell me the language.
I'm telling you, my language is as me being an Aborigine, that means I'm first from time of existence. So that means
don't tell me nothing like that. Just
every
answer the
language
question.
that flow through America.
But we only have 5 minutes, yo. You only have 5 minutes.
Listen, brother. Every language that flow through America is my language. But
okay, boom. I got you. Okay, good. Okay, you answer the question. You answer the question, brother. You answer the question.
Hey, dialogue, brother. It's dialogue.
Okay, that's it. We'll be
you answer the question.
Yeah, I got
the second question. The second question is, what religious practices that your people passed down to your grandparents that you practice today, dealing with Aboriginal spirituality or tradition?
We were sun worshipers. Worship the sun. Okay.
And how do you do that?
What you mean how we do that? The same way we do.
Like you say you worship the sun. Like what do? You just go and look at the sun?
No, we worship the sun.
How do you do it?
We didn't have our spiritual practice wasn't like the same as what you see now, or orchestrated. The spiritual practice you see people doing now is orchestrated. We didn't have those same spiritual practices.
Okay, cool. All right. So you can't explain how your grandparents taught you how to worship the sun.
My grandparents thought they was from Africa. They thought they was African Americans because they went through the general education system just like everybody else. And the
Correct.
education system that was made by fellas in 1906 told us that we was Negroes, and eventually when Roots came out that we was from Africa. So what is your point?
Okay, now next to this is the last question. What's the name of your Aboriginal god?
Oh, my Aboriginal god named Elohim.
Wait.
And don't laugh.
Wait. You said Elohim?
On that note,
my God is Elohim.
Right. Rob, you're right.
On that note,
Hey,
I
peace,
don't
God
want
King.
nobody to jump the brother because I want the other brothers to come on that we want to do no spazzing on them. This is how he
God?
Hey, man, 6 fingers in here, man.
You laughing. See, you don't even know that the Sumerians and the Anunnaki. You wouldn't know.
So are you Abo Nawabian?
Think you from West Africa?
Are you Abo Nawabian?
You think some cracker came here and brought your ass here so you can go on a rice plantation, and you really believe that? When I'm telling you that the Yamasee was Negroes and there was already black people in Beaufort County. So what
is this the mighty Hebrew? Is this the mighty Hebrew?
Sorry. Yo, time
6
out.
fingers in here, man. Six fingers in here, man.
I'm sorry, man. I gotta go, man. But this was a good build. I would love to keep this thing running, but I don't want them to jump, bro. What's up?
We have to finish this, man. And you can bring these guys back on too. Definitely bring the one that's giggling a lot.
I'm always coming. I'm doing
He don't even.
You could bring
his name Gullah Juice, and he don't know Gullah history. That's crazy.
You don't
know Gullah history. Hold on.
Time out, y'all. Come on, those guys out. Listen. Any
on the rice plantation. And your man gonna ask me.
Hey, Rob Bourne.
What's up, man?
Eli B. ETAL 2006. African American mitochondrial DNA.
What did you want me
to tell me about that study by Eli B. ETAL 2006
on African Americans?
About African American and specific Gullah Geechee.
And Pacific Gullah Geechee.
In this study, 40%
No,
hold
on, bro.
Okay, yeah.
I'm ending this show, son. And you should have came when I put the link in earlier. You should have jumped on. You didn't. I did.
I put it in. I put it in the chat.
You could talk about the Gullah Geechee. You already know about that study. The point
DNA
is,
test, exactly.
Before I leave here, what do you have to say about the Gullah culture that I showed and the linguistics of those 15 African nations there? Do you have anything to dispute that?
That was 15 African nations?
15 languages.
Oh,
well,
15
as a
from Africa. You saying
I'll say this, Rob Bourne. You know I do the languages. You can't just cite a book. You got to go through each words and show the cognate terms. You can't show a book. Hold on. Let me finish. I know languages. You know I know these languages.
That's right.
You can't say a book name.
Fam, I'm muting your mic. When I was talking to the brother, I told you about the historical comparative method. I know the basics and the steps of the historical comparative method. I know those methods.
I asked you though. What did I ask you? I said the same thing he just said, didn't I?
Nah, man. Like if you want me to do that, that's fine.
Look. The shit looked cute, man. It looked cute. You doing?
Okay, it looked cute. So now that you have my source, look, check it out. Now that you have my source, right, and you have this man named Lorenzo Dow Turner, when you get a chance, you could pull me back on there and show me how his study is not accepted and it's garbage. I mean, you could do that, and you can do that too, 6 fingers.
No, but you listen. You didn't vet the source properly.
Yes, I did. I'm not going through this with you. I did a show on this before.
You didn't go through none of the actual words.
Yes, I did. I showed them on the screen. Goodbye. You gotta go. You're crazy. But peace. brother, and Tasha, this one, thanks for coming. If you want to add on about that source I gave you, you think it's garbage, the book is only like $30, I think. Now it's probably 20 something. We could get it in. Peace to Gullah Juice, peace to Gullah SC, peace to the people. Yeah, you gotta buy the book. If I had to, yo, all you gotta do is research the dude, bro. So this guy want to come on here and talk about this weird ass. He want to come on here and talk about this weird ass DNA stuff. These dudes is crazy. Southwind, I don't have bad behavior. I was being real. Me and the brother was building, bro. There was no problems. Everything was cool until this guy came on here. But we can talk about your study, Six Fingers, when you want to talk about it. Then talk to me about those African cultural retentions that they have. But
hey, look.
And Elohim.
What is that?
Before we get out of here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me share my screen real quick.
Where's your screen thing at? There you go. Your screen is sharing. They're trying to keep me here.
You see this right here? So look.
Yeah, congressional serial United government.
So this is the House of Representatives document 175, right? All right, so look, let me just open this up a little bit. All right, so let me open up a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, so boom. Now, this is the mayor of Beaufort County talking. They're going to be having questions down here at the bottom too, right? So it's saying a large population on the coast of South Carolina is quite different from here described. The mayor of Beaufort County says the town is remarkable for quiet and in good order. For 20 years past, not a single individual has been killed or seriously injured or any disturbance within the corporate limits. So it's a C Handbook of South Carolina, page 663. It's saying that is a statement of the mayor of Beaufort. And Beaufort is perhaps the blackest spot in the whole South. That is to say that the Negro population predominates more there than anywhere else. It's saying the particular historical fact connected with the town that I would like to mention to the commission. That is the place where the federal troops set the Negroes free. It's done on those islands in those neighborhoods of Beaufort. And there are now the prominent race. And this mayor refers to them as a quiet community. The more peculiar thing is the Quarterfish in his book on his assertion of the human race, that the fact that Africans lived on these islands long before the discovery of Christopher Columbus. He is the high authority and says that the Yamasee Indians are Negroes. What were known afterwards in the fiercest of the Indian tribes in the South, as well as the Yamasee Indians were Africans. Now, I don't believe they was Africans, but he's just saying that. He's saying they was here.
Hold on. Look at what he said.
Here before Columbus. He's saying they was here before Columbus. So we don't even know. They don't know. They don't.
Check it out.
They was here before they got here. Listen, if black people was here before they got here, that's under the assertion to the person that assume that they're African. They don't know.
I get what you're saying, but look what he said in your source. He said the fact that the African lived on these islands, don't move it. The fact that Africans lived on these islands, why you moved it? Oh, on these islands long before. He said Africans lived on these islands long before the discovery of America by Christopher Columbus. I'm gonna let you know something right now, bro. I don't subscribe to that.
I know you don't. And you know what? But you know what though? I got more. Hold on. Look. Hold on. I got another one.
What's the source?
Look. What you mean?
You put the source up. Yo, fella, I really gotta go.
I got one more source for you. I really
gotta go, man.
All right, look, I got one more source for you, right? Now, here
it describes the Yamasee having dark skin, coarse hair, thick lips, and flat feet, and as having inferior implements of war to the Creeks. If that's what he says, fine. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what these people got to do with the Gullah.
So was living on them islands where the Gullah was at before the Gullah got there. So we don't. Okay. And then the Gullah went with the Yamassees to the shit. Don't make no goddamn sense, bro. So,
I got you, son. I feel what you're saying, man.
It ain't no pain. It ain't no pain. It's just facts and sources, my dude. You just haven't seen nothing like that before. So I expect you to react like that, brother.
It's okay. It's all right. That's fine. All right. Peace to everybody, man. Yo, this shit. Oh my. This was nuts.